Murdered in Old San Juan, the shocking truth about Áurea Vázquez. On a warm September night in 2005, the cobbled streets of Old San Juan were quiet. Locals and tourists alike wandered through the colonial beauty of Puerto Rico's capital, unaware that just around the corner, a cold and calculated murder was about to unfold. A man would be bludgeoned and stabbed to death. A young woman would flee the country, and justice would take nearly 14 years to be served. This is the shocking true story of Áurea Vázquez-Rijos, the former beauty queen once known as the Black Widow of Puerto Rico, and the brutal murder of her millionaire husband, Anhang. Act 1, a fairy tale with a dark twist. Anhang was a 32-year-old Canadian real estate developer and successful entrepreneur. A multi-millionaire, Adam came to Puerto Rico to expand his business empire. There he met Áurea Vázquez, a strikingly beautiful local woman who had dabbled in modeling and pageants. Their romance seemed like a fairy tale. In 2005, they married in a lavish ceremony. But behind the glamorous smiles and tropical backdrops, trouble was already brewing. Adam began to suspect Áurea had married him for his money. Their marriage quickly deteriorated. Things reached a breaking point when Adam insisted on a divorce and, more importantly, refused to revise their prenuptial agreement, which left Áurea with almost nothing. Family and friends of Adam later revealed that he had confided in them about his growing discomfort in the relationship. He had begun pulling away from joint business ventures, distancing himself emotionally, and preparing for a quiet but firm separation. Act 2. The trap is set. On the night of September 22, 2005, Áurea invited Adam to dinner in Old San Juan, allegedly to talk about their divorce. The meeting seemed cordial at first. They left the restaurant and began walking down Calle San Justo when suddenly a man attacked. Adam was beaten and stabbed multiple times. He died on the spot. Áurea sustained only minor injuries. She told police it was a robbery gone wrong. But something didn't add up. Adam's expensive watch and wallet were still on him. There were no witnesses, and Áurea's wounds appeared superficial. Authorities quickly arrested a local man named Jonathan Roman Rivera and charged him with the murder. But in a shocking twist, the FBI would later determine they had the wrong man. He would spend months in prison for a crime he didn't commit. The real question haunted authorities. If it wasn't a robbery and the wrong man was behind bars, then who had really killed Adam Anhang? Act 3, the real mastermind. The answer lay within a trail of text messages, financial transactions, and a tangled web of deceit. The real killer was Jose Ferrer Sosa, a hitman Áurea had hired. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a murder-for-hire plot orchestrated by Áurea and her sister, Áurea Vázquez. According to the FBI, Áurea promised Ferrer Sosa nearly $3 million to kill her husband. Her motive? The prenuptial agreement. Adam's death would allow her to inherit part of his fortune and avoid a costly divorce settlement. What disturbed authorities most wasn't just the plot, it was the cold, methodical way it was planned. Áurea didn't lash out in a moment of rage. She calculated every detail, down to the timing of the murder and her own injuries, meant to deflect suspicion. Once suspicions turned toward her, Áurea vanished. She fled Puerto Rico and began a life on the run. She moved to Italy, then Spain, eventually settling in Venice, where she gave birth to twin daughters. For nearly a decade, she evaded extradition, claiming that her pregnancy and later her children's well-being would be jeopardized if she were sent back to face trial. But the FBI didn't give up. Act 4, caught and convicted. In 2013, the FBI coordinated with Spanish authorities to lure Áurea back. She was arrested in Madrid, where she had flown for a job interview. After years of legal wrangling and diplomatic back and forth, she was finally extradited to the United States in 2015. Her trial began in 2018 in Puerto Rico. Prosecutors presented overwhelming evidence: phone records, testimony from the hitman, detailed plans between the conspirators, and proof of the financial incentives. The jury found her guilty of murder for hire. In 2019, she was sentenced to life in prison along with her sister Marcia and the hitman Ferrer Sosa. The judge called the plot a ruthless and calculated plan to eliminate a human being for financial gain. Áurea showed no remorse. Her defense team tried to paint her as a devoted mother, a misunderstood woman, but the jury wasn't convinced. Act 5, A Long Road to Justice. The murder of Anhang shocked Puerto Rico, Canada, and the international community. What began as a supposed random act of street violence revealed itself to be a premeditated killing rooted in greed, entitlement, and manipulation. The wrongful imprisonment of Jonathan Roman Rivera served as a sobering reminder of how fragile the justice system can be. But the dedication of the FBI, Puerto Rican authorities, and international law enforcement proved that even those who run, hide, and manipulate can't escape justice forever. Áurea's story also captivated the public for another reason: the image she projected. She was attractive, educated, and publicly charming. A former beauty queen turned alleged socialite. To many, she defied the typical image of a cold-blooded killer. And that contradiction made the story even more disturbing. Today, Áurea Vázquez sits behind bars, a convicted killer who once tried to outsmart the system. Her twin daughters have grown up with the shadow of her crimes hanging over them. And Adam's family, although relieved by the convictions, continues to grieve the loss of a promising life taken far too soon. This case remains a haunting example of how dangerous manipulation and greed can become when combined with power and charm. This was the tragic story of Adam Anhang and the stunning betrayal that led to his brutal murder in the streets of Old San Juan. What do you think truly motivated Áurea? Was it pure greed, desperation, or something far more sinister? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If this story shocked you, hit the like button and subscribe for more real-life true crime documentaries. And don't forget to turn on the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching.